From fans flashing players to rats being thrown on the ice, these are the 20 most wildest moments in NHL history. And first, an own goal no one can explain.
He takes a shot. Rebound! He shipped it up in the air. It's right to goal crease. Throws the puck. Is it in the net? The Sabres think it's in the net. The goaltender's in the net.
In overtime as well? That's wild! But for number 19, Brad Marchand put his nuts on the line.
A one-timer. If you're going to kill penalties, you're going to have a willingness to stand in the shooting lanes. Marchand does just that.
Oh my God! No way he's getting any more kicks. But even he's not wild enough to start stealing like number 18.
Alex Tuck is next.
Whoa,
Is it me? Yeah, Holden's stick is stuck in the glass. That's one you don't see every day.
It's 𝐫𝐬𝐬's stick that was cut. No, it isn't. Now 𝗫𝐬𝐬's got Holden's stick.
Can you do that?
I don't know if you can or not.
I'm not sure if you can do that.
I think that's a penalty.
Bro really took a stick like it was nothing. But at number 17, a rookie went wild. Because in a game between the Calgary Flames and the Edmonton Oilers, Jordan Eberle was ready to make his debut. That's when he did something unforgettable.
Looking for the rebound. They couldn't solve Patty Bullen. A 2-on-1 now. Eberle ready to go. Drags the puck.
Dude might have scored the craziest debut goal ever, but at least it wasn't his own goal. Because at number 16, one player forgot which team he was on.
Let's have to wide. Steps into a shot. Big rebound. Patrick Laine put it in his own net.
There ain't no way he knew what team he was. Dude really just sniped one in his own net. But for number 15, one player got to fulfill a lifetime goal. See, ahead of a game between the Blackhawks and the Jets, Chicago had a big goalie problem. Both Crawford and Forsberg were out because of injuries, which left only rookie 𝗛𝐬𝐬 to make his NHL debut. However, going into a game with just one goalie wasn't the smartest move. So the night before the game, a 36-year-old accountant, Scott Foster, was signed up on an amateur tryout contract, but with a clear message: don't expect to play. That's when everything changed. Because in the third period, 𝗛𝐬𝐬 went out injured, which left the Blackhawks with only one decision, giving Scott Foster his NHL debut at 36.
When you get to the show, going out, no matter how, there's his first save. Backhand shot hit the side of the net. He shoots. That's a save by Foster. Gets a big roar of approval after it. Myers is open and shoots it. A free pregame. Here's the shot. Foster sucks up another one.
Yeah, bro really made 7 saves from 7 shots. That's honestly ridiculous. But for number 14, one player goes from almost losing his teeth to scoring one of the wildest solo goals I've ever seen.
Center, dropped it back from McKinnon. Stick came up on McKinnon. Weathers the storm. Here he comes. Scores! Delicate and deadly. McKinnon can be that way. Finishes with a...
Oh my God. That's one of those I'll never get tired of watching. Like you'll never get tired of watching number 13. The wildest comeback in NHL history. See, during the 2013 playoffs, the Leafs and Bruins would fight it out to a Game 7. That's when the Leafs put their big boy pants on and went 4-1 in the third period. The chances of the Bruins' comeback were slim to none, so they knew they had to do the impossible.
Gordon back with them this time. 𝗪𝐬𝐬 around the net, throws the puck out front. They score. Hamilton, Chara fires right with a save. Rebound, 𝗪𝐬𝐬 scores. David Krejci to Bergeron. Screen shot, scores.
A comeback from 4-1 down in the third period? That's wild. But somehow it's still not as wild as number 13, because animals started taking over the game. See, before a Panthers game, Scott Mellanby saw a rat in the dressing room and did what I would never dare. He ended the rat's life in a second, using a stick, and right after he went out and scored 2 goals with the same stick. The Panthers eventually made it to the finals that season, and when they scored their first home goal of the final, this happened.
Controlled by Shepard over to Straka. It's Shepard and scores! This is the Avalanche's first look at the Rats.
Yeah, I know what you might think. It's only plastic rats. But one smartass thought it would be a good idea to throw a real rat on the ice.
They actually did have, as you will have with any spontaneous thing, somebody who actually turned loose a real one out there, and they very carefully got it coaxed
But even rats aren't as ridiculous as number 11.
He does this time against Marc-Andre Fleury. Steven Stamkos lost the puck and Fleury comes out to play it.
That has to be one of the worst penalties in NHL history. Like, I would have even done better. Who am I kidding? I suck. All right, now, listen, the moments we've had so far have been wild. But now we're getting into the top 10, so things are about to get to a whole new level. Like the time the Canadians broke a crazy record.
Leading for a call, but nothing doing. As Domi in, shoots, scores! Max Domi! 2 minutes, 42 seconds apart. Empty net, that'll seal it right off the draw.
2 goals in 2 seconds? That's unbelievable, man. But something else that's unbelievable is number 9, where one moment was so wild, it might block this video on YouTube. See, it all started when the Capitals were preparing for their celebration ceremony after winning the Stanley Cup back in 2018. And when the players started skating around the ice, all the players saw something odd going on. All players except the grade 8. Yeah, that girl was literally flashing her double troubles like it was nothing. But at least she wasn't showing her stick handling skills. Like number 8. Cause this might be one of the wildest goals in Knights history.
Second short-handed goal. It is Vinny Knight. And shot, score! What a goal! Through his own legs!
Through the legs? Carlson, you have my respect. Just like you have to respect Harleton the Bear, who risked the whole Leaf squad to give us a good laugh. At my pants. He's just lucky Conor McGregor wasn't there. But he was also lucky 𝗖𝐫𝐚𝐳𝐢𝐭 wasn't there. Because at number 7, he did something that should be illegal. See, every year, the National Hockey League tries to give the fans a night they'll remember forever. The All-Star Skills Competition. And I'm gonna be honest, every year isn't great, but the 2024 competition, honestly, wasn't that bad. Especially the skills competition. I mean, everyone seemed to be enjoying themselves, laughing, having a good time. Hell, even McJesus was looking like he had fun. All except one man. Bro was literally the first overall pick, so you'd think he'd be a bit hyped. But his aura literally stank the place up. And if you missed it, this dude made it real clear he had no intention of trying.
What was not his best performance in the one-timer. And off the mark here.
And off the lane, off the mark. And I think
it's not happening.
Time's going to be an issue on this one.
It's like the white flag's almost been waved here. This is what Kucherov could look like when the power play's not going.
Yeah, Bro was half-assing it so much that the crowd started booing him. And no, it wasn't because of rivalry. Just look at him.
Off the lane, off the mark. And I think
it's not happening.
Time's going to be an issue on this one.
Yikes. I mean, bro, come on. This shit is for the kids. But not all players are wild and boring like Kucherov, especially not players of the Maple Leafs. Because at number 5, the Maple Leafs did something I never thought possible. See, when most teams are losing by 2, they try their best to get back into the game. But sometimes it just doesn't go their way. But in 2019, the Leafs didn't just make a comeback. They did it in a way no one saw coming.
Play by Marner!
Oh my God! 3 goals in 1 minute? Do you feel it? Because I sure do. Goosebumps. But at number 4, it's anything but goosebumps. See, it all started when the Capitals and the Panthers were preparing for a shootout. But it wasn't just going to be your average shootout. Instead, the goalies made sure they were going to have their greatest performance ever.
On Roberto Luongo, fair from the right, and Luongo closes it up from the left. In the slot, Huberdeau and rolled on him. He never even got a shot in on Luongo. Slows down right in front of the net. Stick handling to the backhand. Oh, Roberto with the big glove save. The leading goal scorer on the Panthers weaves his way in on Holtby. Another chance to win it in the sweet 16th round of the shootout. 𝗖𝐫𝐚𝐳𝐢𝐭. No. Orpik. And he scores 4 times. Olsen comes in from the right. And he scores! Absolutely incredible. Now it's Alzner. Ready on Luongo, comes in from the same spot. And this time Roberto stayed with him. Ended again. Bjugstad moves in. Makes a move, and oh yeah! Wrap it up and let's go home!
20 freaking rounds. You heard that right? 20. Scratch what I said earlier. This definitely gave me goosebumps again. But all right, we've made it to our top 3 wildest moments ever in NHL history. So we gotta make sure things get real crazy. And what's a better way than with the wildest tradition in NHL history? See, back in 1952, the Red Wings were on a 7-game winning streak of the playoffs. So the crazy Cusimano brothers thought it would be a good idea to throw in an exotic fish on the ice.
Defensively, not too many options left for the old octopus to find its way on the ice. Only 3 more games here for this to happen.
Now, alright, throwing an octopus on the ice is weird, but it's actually kind of hilarious. See, the octopus has 8 arms, which symbolizes the 8-game win streak needed to win the Stanley Cup. Yeah, they really thought this shit through, but it didn't end there. It became such a huge tradition that the Red Wings would eventually have an octopus as their team mascot. But it wouldn't even end there, because some fans would even hide their octopus next to their meat.
Show me what you did.
Well, we took the octopus and put it down the pants, and
What's the sensation of having an 11-pound octopus in your pants?
it was cold.
Bro had an octopus next to his meat? That's wild. But it's still not as wild as number 2. The time the clock started tripping?
A save, and 1 second to go. Score! The Kings are going to win the game. Drew Doughty got the loose puck just before the buzzer.
Yikes. Did they really just lose a game like that? That would have haunted me for the rest of time. But alright, we've reached the wildest moment in NHL history. And buckle up, because this isn't just the wildest, but also the most wholesome moment in NHL history. See this kid here? Yeah, it's his first ever NHL game, and fans decided to make it his most memorable. I'm not crying. You are. How do I shut this off? Where's the damn button? You gotta cut this out. Oh my God. Why is it? Oh. Just press the video. Let me cry. Leave me alone.